They said gray paved the way, changed the rain, released the pain. Least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper raps, tighter sets, high and deadly. I'm a fighter jet, journey.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dandada, aka Chef. I'm here with the Midnight Snack, aka the Continental Delight, aka Mr. Muffins Martinez. Like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. We're on our audio platforms, Spotify. What's the other ones?
iHeartRadio, Pandora.
iHeartRadio, Pandora. Listen, if it's audio, we're on it. If it's YouTube, we're on it. Like I said, if you're hearing this, our YouTube Wrestling Network, come on here, come mess with us, join the family, have some laughs. I know you want to talk MLW first. I'm gonna start real quick because
yes, please.
I feel away, right? Like going into it, I know we forgot that it was this Saturday. I know you said you're watching basketball. I think I was actually watching.
Let's not forget this was MLW Intimidation Games 2025. This was the tapings from the previous show that we saw last month. So they pushed it over almost a month. We had MLW, so yeah.
It's easy to forget when you're making yourself irrelevant, right? Like, and this is no disrespect. We love MLW, but when you're making yourself an afterthought, it's hard to remember, especially with so much wrestling going on. Other things will take notice and you'll get excited for something else because there's something more fresh and going on. So I did forget. And while we were going to do this, I said, shit, I forgot there was an event. I watched it today and I sat back and I was like, I understand that the CMLL connection is helping sell tickets. I get that, right? But I'm already at a point where if I want to watch CMLL, I'm going to watch CMLL. I don't want to watch CMLL on MLW. Now they have a lot of really good talents, but they're overtaking everything for MLW. First match is the Snitch, Nakamura. So it was a decent match. And I was like, with wrestling, anybody who's done it or speaks this shit, that first match sets a tone, right? So you want something to get you excited. And that made me go, well, do I really want to finish this or should I do my dishes, right? Like, all right. So I finished this show. Backstage segments and everything just felt like throwaways. I'm at a point with MLW, all the stuff I was excited for, I'm no longer excited for. I don't care about the Bischoff stuff because unless this angle comes in where Bischoff brings in some big-time free agent and they absolutely annihilate Alex Kane, which I don't want to have because it's the big homie, but that would be the only thing to get me back engaged with anything happening with Eric Bischoff because he's been on MLW for 5 months. We don't know what's in this envelope, right? Like, I mean, and then you have the backstage stuff, which salute to Salina de la Renta and El Jefe. That's my positive. My positive on this show. This is where I keep saying El Jefe to me reminds me of Narcos, right? Or if you want to go with Dario Cueto, whatever you want to call him, your guy, De Oro or whatever, is all tied up to a thing. He's all jacked up, right? And he's like, man, give me this let me read this shit, right? He don't really care about homie sitting there looking all beat up and nothing. He don't care. And I was like, that's perfect character work to being a boss. Salina de la Renta, this is baby daddy, right? This is in real life and on film. This is baby daddy. She's over there, yo, get up. Like she ain't got time for him to be all linked up and everything. And I was like, man, that's that BBE, that bad bitch energy. You know what I'm saying? So those two were the only things I liked to the whole show. Next time she comes up, Mr. Gold Mask, get your ass up. They ain't got time for that shit. I'm just saying.
Well, so basically, to me, it was an up and down show. Like you mentioned. So now Cesar Duran is now the matchmaker or the president of MLW because he stole the paperwork from Eric Bischoff. Then the Oro proposed to Selena de la Renta, and we saw Dario faint. So that was kind of funny when that happened. Yeah. So he faded out. He faded. But the letdown of this whole storyline has been, like you said, it's been like, we're in March now. It's been like 4 or 5 months, and we still don't know who kidnapped the Odo. So we still don't know what happened there. We don't know what's going on. So now
we don't know about the money. We don't even know where the money went.
Exactly. We saw Eric Bishop came in November or December. Now supposedly he's no longer there because they locked him out. Because now Cesar is the new matchmaker or whatever he is now. I was disappointed with the women's match. Sarah Tap and Delmi Exo, they've been giving us good stuff. I was looking forward to this match or this feud going forward. I didn't know that the match was going to happen at the tapings. And then this was the shortest match of the whole show. And I'm going to myself, okay, now what? Like, that's it? That's it with that little mini feud between both of them? That's it? Like,
now, here's my beef, right?
What happened?
My beef with the situation is when we loved what was going on with Janai Kai, it's because she was a badass, and you understood a lot of the squashes because it builds up her bad, mean, tough girl kind of vibe. And her and Delmi took that reign to another level. Like, they boosted Janai Kai's reign with the belt, because before that, we had a quick little session with Delmi that really didn't get her shit off yet. And then before that, we had the Taya, who was a terrible champion.
Yes.
So you had the terrible champ Taya. Delmi didn't even get out of first gear, right? She was just in first gear before she could hit that second gear with her run. Janai Kai came on the scene, and we loved the reign. It was a little too long, right? It was like
13, 14 months, yeah.
Yeah, and your roster's not big enough to keep it fresh for that long, when there's so many squash matches. Now Delmi becomes champ again, and we're like, all right, dope. Let's see her finally get hers. Let's see what this reign's going to give us. And this is the first thing you give us, and you're like, here we go, right? Like, this is how we're going to start her run. And then when you take it's a bad taste in your mouth. You need something special to come off of this, or else you're going to be like, well, who's next for champ?
Yeah, so I thought that was like a quick match. I don't know if the feud is over now. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, damn, that was it. I mean, that match was quick, like real quick. So we'll wait and see what happens now in April. Or going to May, if Tara Sep comes back. And this was just like a one-time thing, like a month thing, just to bring somebody new for Delmi. But I thought it was too damn quick. So the match
today's March 10th, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So today's March 10th, and we got nothing from MLW for a month.
Again, yep, till April.
Yep. So with this being, and let's be honest, if I'm not going to do a star system or even try to give it a rating. This show was whack, right? Like, there was nothing that I go, oh, this is fire. So now I got this whack taste in my mouth, pause, all the way to April. And then this is what I keep trying to say. MLW can't afford to have a bad showing when you're once a month.
Yeah.
You need a banger after banger after banger. And when you give us this is why we forgot.
Yeah,
because if it was a dope show before, we would have been like, oh shit, we got to make sure we watch the last one. We go live with these.
It was a dope show back in February, but then it took a whole month to get to this show.
Yeah.
And this is the tapings. It wasn't even like it was a live episode. This was taped the same night of the last show. So at least it was still in Georgia. At least it was still a nice big crowd. I enjoyed the stuff with the Rogue Horsemen. BRG came back, gave that nice little speech. You guys, the Andersons, you guys run this town, blah, 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 blah. Everything there. But then they go and they take the loss. Then you have Bobby Fish going for the title in a 5-way. But then he also, another loss. So, I don't know, man. I love the Rogue Horsemen, but there's nothing for you to kind of attach yourself to, because you have to wait for so long. Like right now, N.W.A NWA does their shows now on X.
Yep.
So the pay-per-view shows that they're supposed to do, they break them into 4 episodes, 1 hour each week. But the problem is, you can attach to somebody, because if you see one person on the first show, now you will see him again to the 3rd, the 4th show, and now it's been a month since you've seen why the last match they just had Natalia and Ikuro go up against Tiffany Nieves in a cage match, and you saw Natalia on top of the cage doing a missile dropkick, which I've never seen that before. Bro, now if you've seen that match, you get attached. Natalia is my new girl. I'm going to attach myself to her. Now you will see her again for another month. Because now it's weekly episodes. So now it's weekly matches, and now you will see her now. And you kind of go, well, what happened to the girl who did the dropkick? Now it's going to lose. You're going to lose, it's going to lose the taste, because now you had that big moment where it went viral. Now you will see her again for another month.
Yeah.
So but the problem with these guys, with these 2 companies.
And it sucks because because and we know this. We've been doing this for way too long to know that there's promotion fans that are stuck only in their promotions, right? All the people who are now calling a Jacob Fatu this beast, and he's one of the best we've ever seen. Y'all wasn't saying that the whole time he was in MLW. Y'all want to hype LA Knight, right? He's the man. He's this. He could talk with anybody. He was the same guy as Eli Drake in Impact Wrestling. Nothing has changed. And N.W.A. This guy has murdered it everywhere he's been. Now he's on the biggest platform, but he's been this guy. He's been this great. You know what I'm saying? The Markova doing something we've never seen. Insane.
I've never seen a jockey from the top of the cage.
Bro, and people, I seen on Twitter. This is how I seen it. I seen it on Twitter, and people go, "Oh, for a girl, this is crazy." No.
Well, that's for anybody.
Crazy for anybody. I don't care who you are. If I ain't never seen Jeff Hardy do this nut shit, I never seen it before, right? He's the one who does crazy shit. This and the execution on both partners of this move, insane. I've never seen this. Incredible. Thank God both walked away completely fine, because
the last time I was that excited from watching something that big was when Alex Skipper walked the top of the cage and did the Hurricane Rana on James Storm from the top, and he walked 10 feet over from one side to the other side.
Insane.
And I popped, and that right there killed me. I mean, that was crazy, and that shit went viral. And now, how long are you gonna live off that viral moment before it wears off? Now, like I said, you will see her for another month because of the matches or whatever, how they have it. It's the same thing with MLW. You're having now another month before the Battle Riot in LA.
Yep.
And you kind of go well, shit, this show was taped. So it just kind of leaves that sour taste in your mouth, like you said, pause. But, there's nothing you can do about it, because now they're not going to jump on top of this. They don't give you anything on their social media. They don't update their social media. It's just, and then you see little reports. Oh, we're gonna go bigger on the women's division. For what? Why? You don't even show them.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing with MLW, and we can kind of transition away from MLW. I'm a contra unit guy. If you're new to this, I'm a big contra unit guy. I love contra unit since the beginning. I love contra unit now. Contra unit is irrelevant. Right now, contra unit's irrelevant. The next biggest faction, and should be the biggest faction in MLW because they're seen more, is the Rogue Horsemen. You have a young, rising guy, and I'm not going to say star because people get upset when a future star in the making. Let me say it that way.
BRG.
And BRG. I've liked BRG for a hot minute. I like him. The Andersons, legit. You got the young Arn, right? Because he kind of, I'm telling you,
he looks Arn Jr., bro. He looks just like Arn.
But he looks like him. Just because you're his son, don't mean you look like him. He looks like.
This dude is a spitting image of Arn Anderson. At
you know what I'm saying? I would give these guys the green light because I love what they do. The Four Horsemen, I'm an N.W.A. guy, but I'll always give respect to the Four Horsemen. They are the greatest faction of all time. NWO is my shit, but the Horsemen are the Horsemen. There's not a faction. Factions are big because of the Horsemen, because of what's the ones that they had beef with?
Cool.
The Four Horsemen.
Back then?
Yeah, back in the days.
Well, it was all Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Sting.
Yeah, but what was the family? The Von Erichs, right? Like they're a faction, right?
Oh yeah, the Von Erichs, but it was more like against the Freebirds.
The Freebirds. There you go. I couldn't think of their names.
Yeah,
so all those tag teams and great things establish how great the Four Horsemen were. You have the Rogue Horsemen with the same kind of stylistic characters. Build it. But the problem is, every time these guys do anything, they lose. So you sit back and you're like, well, why do I care? Right? I want to like them, but they're losers. And I don't, and it's no disrespect. I'm not calling them losers. You're building them as losers. I'm sitting back saying, give me more. I like the shirt. I like the fucking vibe. I love the fact that BRG knows how to piss a crowd off. The Andersons don't give a fuck. Bobby Fish is kind of a throw-in, but if you give me a good Bobby Fish will have a good match. Yeah,
and the thing is, like you mentioned, and you know this on the head so many damn times, this monthly shit, it's not working.
No,
you have to do it weekly. Even if you do like N.W.A, take this shit 4 weeks, and then you break that bitch down like you used to do. Give us a weekly thing, and then you have them on the weekly show, even if it's some backstage nonsense, a backstage brawl or something. Have us invest in your product. We can't invest in your product if you're only giving us a monthly show, followed with a taped show where it's supposed to be every 2 weeks, which is fine. But then you going from February to March to April, and then hopefully in April you have a second taping in April where you have 2 shows in April. But right now, you're not giving us anything to invest in, and that's what fans need. We need to invest in something, in someone to believe in your product. If we don't believe in your product, we're going to change the channel to something else.
Yep. And there's way too much wrestling, right? Like,
too much shit going on.
And the one thing I don't get with an N.W.A is I think N.W.A has a great roster. They do. And they have a lot of young talent on their roster. You have an amazing EC3, right? Yep. You have him versus Tom Latimer.
Yes.
We've seen those two not technically against each other the whole time in Impact. Yep. They have crossed paths. They have been on those, one night onlys. And we've seen these guys. Those are our guys. They're in N.W.A killing it, right? Like, you need to be weekly for anyone to care, because not for nothing, AEW has 6 million shows. WWE now has 6 million shows. So you really don't need to watch. Impact Wrestling is hot as fuck, right? Like, I don't care what anyone says. Right now, Impact is super hot. You got, what's the guy I used to like from WWE? Mustafa Ali.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's Mustafa Ali. Okay,
yeah,
he's killing it with the, you know what I mean? He feels like a boss. He feels like a world champion when you're watching these promos. He's going head to head with Santana, fan favorite, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and they're about to take shit to another level. Yep. This is what I keep saying. If you're not trying to compete, then get the fuck out the way.
Yeah. Right now, you're afterthought. Right now, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So we move on to last night. They had AEW Revolution, from the Crypto Arena.
Yep.
I love AEW because of their pay-per-views. When they give you pay-per-views, boy, those pay-per-views deliver like there's no other show ever out there. The problem that turns me off is all those matches with all the damn blood.
Always.
It just drives me crazy. One match, I could do it. But you're having multiple matches with the same shit. You had an amazing match last night. Kyle Fletcher against Will Ospreay. Oh my God, that match was crazy. Inside the cage, dude, blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the dude does a Spanish fly from on the top of the cage.
Crazy.
Never seen that shit before. And just Kyle Fletcher, I hate you. And just screaming at the dude before he kills him. Shit was crazy. Too much damn blood. Then you had the women's match. Mariah May and Toni Storm. My God, that shit was bloodied. You mean to tell me that match right there? You mean to tell me Naomi took 4 face things to the
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
The smash on the head, and not one little inch of blood popped out. But these 2 females are here, I just bleeding buckets left and right. And Toni Storm closed the film. She had the perfect ending. Even after when they interview her in the back, she's walking and she goes, I miss her already. But the movie ended in the credits just thing, and she just walked out. So another bloody match. And Jon Moxley, my God, the dude just looks in the mirror and he just starts bleeding. This dude is just buckets of blood. So after a while, you get tired of the same shit. Of just the bloody. Just one match. I'm cool with it. But when you have multiple matches like that, I'm pretty sure somebody in the crypto arena is saying, damn it, we're going to have to clean this down. We're going to have to deep clean this place tonight. Because look at all this blood. Please, I hope nobody has no HPV or Hep B or nothing like that, because the blood is everywhere. Like, get the first row masks and gloves just to be careful. But, you know, they once again, it delivered. The main event was Moxley against Cope. A lot of people come in. Then Christian comes in and signs his stupid contract to get in. And he's the one that gets defeated. So now Moxley's still the champion. So then you go, hold on, this dude been holding this contract since last August. For that shit right there? You know, so it hits, and then it also leaves you, kind of lets you down. So I don't know if you were able to watch any of the show last night.
I watched a bunch of clips. You know, my oldest sent me a bunch of ish, right? He was like, yo, I got a bunch of people sending me a bunch of wrestling stuff. I got to send it to you. Yeah. So I've seen pretty much all the highlights of every match. Now, he knows I'm a big Bloodsport guy, right? Like, I love the movie. Bolo's one of my favorites. If anyone don't know who Bolo is, he's the jacked up Asian dude who puts the glass in his hands. For all you morons on social media who kept tweeting into, or whatever X wants to say how to tweet, are they dipping their hands in glass? That real glass? You fucking idiots. There's no way it's real glass. First off, because their hands would just be so bloody they'd kill themselves.
Yes.
They just bleed out. And if you punch somebody in the face or in the chest or anywhere with glassed up hands, you're shredding them to pieces.
Exactly.
Right?
When she got hit in the throat with a left.
Dude, now, I do love the fact that we've seen it, because it kind of gave 2 beautiful women to do something we've never really seen like that. You know, you expect like a Martinez or Diamante, or, you know, like one of the girls that's like a tough girl. You can expect them to dip their hands in glass, right? But not like 2 Barbie dolls. You know.
God, not like that. Not Mariah May. Jesus, perfection.
So I was like, well, I wouldn't call it perfection because Alexa Bliss is hotter, but you know,
what?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hold on. Let's stop the show right here, now.
Don't do that.
Mariah, you say Alexa Bliss is hotter than Mariah May.
No question.
You out of your damn mind,
bro. Stop.
See, right here, this is why I'll give you slip, you fell, and you bumped your motherfucking head right now when you said that bullshit right there.
Are you crazy?
You just slip and bump your motherfucking head. The words of B motherfucking magic. This nigga slipped, he fell and bumped his motherfucking head saying some bullshit like that.
Bro, there's no one in AEW right now. There's no one in AEW that's gonna touch Alexa Bliss in looks alone.
Bro, Mariah May is perfection. She's height, gorgeous. Oh my God, dude, I can't believe you said this.
You're gonna compare Mariah May to Alexa Bliss?
Dude, you are crazy right now, bro. You are on crack. You are on crack. You're taking whatever you're selling out there in Florida. You are on crack right now, saying some nonsense out of that.
You're bugging. Yo, Alexa Bliss is the closest thing to Harley Quinn that's ever happened.
Bro, I can't with you right now. I can't with you right now. Anyways, before this show ends on a bad note, let's just continue here. My God.
Hey,
two beautiful females.
Hold on. Just wait right here because you're looking kind of crazy. If you had to pick, please go on your phone and put Mariah May and search images. I'm gonna do it for you because
my God,
this dude is bugging right now. You know what Alexa Bliss looks like, right?
Ugh.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying she's ugly, but there's no way in hell, no way.
Hold on,
and I don't like to curse like that here on stream, but you just messed me up with that nonsense.
Okay, this is a dope picture of her super dolled up with very little on. Oh, she's not ugly, but who would you date? Would it be her or Alexa Bliss? That's what I thought.
Who he say?
Alexa Bliss.
Dude, he's a kid. He don't know anything about that.
He's 18. Look, and this is the picture I used, so you know I'm fair, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like I took a busted up picture of her.
You're talking to an 18-year-old kid who doesn't know anything yet about life. He don't know.
What does that got to do with? Okay.
He don't know.
He don't know what it is, but he would have known if he would have said Mariah May.
Of course. That's the only answer that's right in this moment.
Yo, bugging.
Anyways, so that was last night's AEW show. As always, buckets of blood and stuff like that. You know, it was, like I said, it was everywhere. I like the show. The show was good to a point, but like I said, when I see too much blood, I'm thinking too much.
On a serious note, now that main event should not have been the main event. It should have been Ospreay or the two girls.
Yeah, but because it's the heavyweight title, you know, and Copeland, Edge.
But how bad is that when your main event gets smoked by two other matches?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think anybody expected that to happen. So, but yeah.
But they should. It's their booking.
And this is sometimes
that's their job.
Complain that Tony Khan should not be booking all the time, and you should have somebody else helping them do the booking, because a lot of people wants the main event or whatever Moxley's crew is called just to come to an end and just have them use the damn ball already. Just because it's just too much. But anyways, we move on to Friday night, and I don't know if you saw this, but I wanted to take a chance or a moment to give an Academy Award, an Oscar, an SP to the storyline between Naomi, what's the other girl's name? Bianca Belair, and Jade. That promo inside the ring with Naomi and Belair when she says, "Yes, I did it," reminded me of when the Rikishi confessed to the Rock, "Yes, I did it for the Rock." Dude, that shit was crazy. The emotions those girls were having inside the ring, and when she walked out and Naomi was saying, "See, every time I clock in, I come here and you fans turn on me." And Belair, you were ignorant bitch. Oh my God, dude, I felt that when she said that. I felt that. Oh Lord Jesus, I felt that.
So
when Jay came out, and Jay destroyed her again, I'm thinking to myself, Naomi needs to get her comeback and destroy Jade, because that was 2 times she's been destroyed by Jade. Again.
No, she shouldn't even come next to Jade. She should know a place. Listen, first off, she called her an ignorant bitch, but one of you twerks and the other one don't. And it ain't Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Right? You're the one that has all the fucking flashlights on your shoes, acting all fucking extra. So, I mean, it is what it is. But let's be honest. out of the three of them, the worst of the three of them is Naomi. Naomi's not all that.
But Naomi's been holding it down in WWE for such a long time.
She's been okay for
yes.
Listen, that's like saying Nia Jax is holding it down. Just because you're there, listen, all right, in a sports reference, if I say that John Paxson or Steve Kerr are holding it down for the Bulls because they're there long enough, or Luke Longley, they're not there. They're role players. Naomi's a role player. She's a decent role player. She's not a star. She's not in the top 15 women right now in WWE.
No.
Right?
But I'm pretty sure she's the same rank as Natalya, where you could give her a storyline and you see it's gonna work. And then they understand that. But dude, getting killed again by Jay twice in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to, at least Naomi's gonna have to come and get Jade eventually. And she's right. And the thing is, Jade is gonna turn on Belair eventually.
Oh yeah. Listen, all right, let's play devil's advocate for Naomi, right? Enough of the fucking glow in the dark entrance shit with Naomi.
And I'm pretty sure that will change now. That will change now, her being a heel. I think that will definitely change, and it will help.
That's where I'm going with this. Let's get rid of all that colorful shit. Let's get her serious. I'll put her all in black. I'll put her like some kind of fucking gangster assassin type shit, right? Like on some real shit. I want her to come back on some real wild shit. And if it's got to look a little hood because she's going to make it real easy to come off that way, yo, let her fucking Tim's on, and just rock out and just throw beats to people. But, I mean, let's be honest. The Natalya thing is a slap in the face of Natalya. Because in-ring wrestling, Natalya can wrestle with anybody.
Oh, yeah, but I meant to say Natalya's been there for, what, 10 or 15 years now?
Yeah, but they do her dirty.
They do. But every time when they need somebody professional to help, okay, let's give her Natalya because we know Natalya is going to do the job that we need her to do to elevate this person.
Absolutely.
And I think Naomi is that now, where we need to elevate somebody else. Let's use Naomi to take the beating right here, say that she did it, say the reasons why she did it, and she did it because of Jay. And at the end of the day, she's going to be correct because we know Jay is going to turn on her pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
Or unless this is a whole swerve and Belair is down with Naomi, and they kind of turn on Jade, let her, her guard down, and boom, we knew it was going to happen. I knew before you did it. I'm going to turn on you before you turn on me. Type of deal shit.
I mean, my thing is like, and I'll be a little biased because I have a homegirl who reminds me of Naomi. Grew up with her. She's mad extra. Looks like her. Thick and all that, right? Like she's bugged out. So when I see Naomi, it reminds me of my homie, and God bless her, I love her to death. So I want to see her do well because when you put a mic on her or you have her in any kind of acting role to sell something, Naomi's great. I don't think her in ring is like, oh my God, she's a good wrestler, but there's nothing going to blow you away.
Yeah.
But I want to give me a different side of her, right? We've seen the bubbly, fun, glow in the dark shit. We've seen that long enough. And it always feels like no matter what they do with her, she's like attached to something, right? Yeah. She's never really on her own. Let's get Naomi by herself and let's give her a real legit push, right? Like, give me that because if you got her coming back on some heel shit and she goes directly at Bianca, now we see because Bianca Belair's a hell of a talent. I mean, no one's going to tell me different. Bianca's amazing. Give me her going and running through Bianca to get to Jade to get that revenge. Give me a build-up. I don't give a fuck. But give me that. Like, bitch, you thought you was better than me and go right at fucking Bianca, beat the shit out of Bianca, and then I'm not saying it has to be Mania. It could be SummerSlam, whatever. And now it's me and you. Like, now you ain't got no dog to fight for. Now it's just me and you. Yep. That's what I want. Give me Naomi on some wild shit. But they did kill
right now for WrestleMania is going to be Belair versus Io Sky, because Io Sky just beat Rhea Ripley on Monday.
Yep.
But the way how things are looking, it looks like they might add Rhea Ripley and make it a 3-way.
Oh shit! I'm so glad you bring up Bianca. Did you hear what happened with Bianca and what's the MMA chick with the crazy eye makeup?
Yeah, it was Jade. It's Jade. Shayna Baszler, the King of Hearts.
And Shayna Baszler tried to choke her the fuck out.
Yeah, because I guess thinking then that's why she did choke out and she did tap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they overlooked it. Yeah, she did that shit on purpose. Because
somebody's in trouble. I'm telling you now. Yeah. Somebody's in trouble.
Yeah. So actually, no, they kind of just this happened a while back. So
okay.
Yeah, this was a while back. I think this is one of the matches from last year. Now all that shit just coming out now. Surfaced about it. But yeah, I guess all that stuff is squashed, and a lot of the females are for Baszler over Jade. So, that's the rumors. Like I said, this happened a while back, and it just came out now. So now everybody's just kind of blowing shit now, like, oh my god! But this happened months ago. So
I wasn't sure. I was forward all right.
To see what happens. But I see Jade costing Belair the title at WrestleMania when she goes out and turns on her or whatever, or even helps her and then tries to take the title from her later in the future. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. But one more thing that I want to bring up, because I found this interesting. We already know WWID. That's the thing that they future for wrestlers who they think that you are it. You have the it factor. We want you, we're going to train you this, and that. So we already know that Reality of Wrestling in Houston, which is Booker T's wrestling with his wife, Shamel, are one of the schools for WWID. So I guess Booker T and Shamel decided, we have eyes on us now. People are seeing us. We're on CW down here in Houston. Everything's going good. So what they did now, they announced they are rebranding Reality of Wrestling now in Texas now. So now they divided it, and now they're coming out with 3 shows now, coming up starting in the next couple of months. So now the Reality show, which was Reality of Wrestling, ROW, the main show is going to be called now ROW Platinum. That's going to be the flagship show. That's the one that you watch on YouTube. That's the one they see down in Houston or affiliates and stuff like that. They're going to have a show called Ring of Honor, Reality of Wrestling Glory.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Reality of Wrestling Glory. And this specific show is going to be for like the main level, lower cards wrestlers that you don't see much get love on the main show. This is going to be that show there, Reality of Glory. And then the third show they're going to have is called Reality of Wrestling Up, which is going to be the same exact thing as Level Up with WWE. And this specific show is all the trainees that you see training and all the people that are up-and-comers in the Booker T school there with Shamel. This is going to be their show that they're going to show all those up-and-comers, all the training, all that stuff is going to be there. And I guess all these shows are starting like in the next month with the tapings of a lot of the Glory and the Up are going to happen. But the Platinum show, they do the shows live on a monthly basis. And then they break it down into tapings on YouTube and shit. So, it's unbelievable what some accreditation from WWE can make you go. Because Booker T's been in the business, for 30 years or more?
Yeah.
Doing his thing when he was by himself or with Harlem Heat. And now he's accredited with WWE. He's been doing the Level Up or the LFG with Booker T, with Bully Ray and Undertaker and Mickey James. And now they already approved it for season 2. And Michelle McCool he's taking over for Mickie James in season 2. And we already know how that happened because of Undertaker. So So we don't have to go into much details of why Mickie James
Undertaker wants it is happening.
Yeah. If somebody wants to know what happened, you don't have to like dig deep on this one.
This is it. This doesn't take a lot of brain, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of like you don't have to be a class A detective on this one. You can just kind of okay. I see. He said now I see. He says so. Yeah. So this is all the stuff that's going on in Houston. We are here wrestling. So Booker T's doing big thing. He's taking that accreditation to heart. He's doing whatever he can, and he's striking when the iron is hot.
Yep.
And the iron is hot right now, and he's saying, "Shit, this I'm going all in." And they even have a new location. They did with this kind of lawyer thing they did over there in Houston. So the place is bigger. So they got more space now to do all these things. So they don't have to go anywhere. They could do all the stuff right from their own location now. I think this place holds like over 1,000 fans. So all these shows are gonna get packed. You know, if they want to go on the road and do some stuff for the Platinum show, they could do that. But then the Glory and the other one, they could do right from in-house. You save money. You save so much money because you don't have to go anywhere, and all the money stays inside the venue because you have your merchandise, you have your your popcorn, all that bullshit you sell in there, the ticket sales, all that stuff stays in there. You make that money, and you could get somebody from WWE here once a month, have somebody come down, have a little, segment with them, and you go from there. So Booker T doing his shit, man. I'm not hating on that.
Hell no. Like
not hating
it's a
at
big,
all.
you know what? And he's been in the industry for so many years. You know, he did his thing in WCW. He did his thing in Impact Wrestling. He did his thing in WWE. Like, give the man his flowers. If anyone deserves it, it's him. And I don't think I've ever heard like anything crazy that came out about Booker T. Like,
never.
I mean, the only thing people kind of laugh about is when he was with Scary Sherry and when he did the Harlem Heat, he was talking to Hogan and he dropped the N-bomb and he kind of like, oh damn, and you seen us smiling like, oh man,
Hogan, I couldn't kill you, nigga. And Stevie Ray took over and Sherry was like just like smiling at him like, okay, he's okay.
Yeah, chill out.
Boy, that was the realest interview I ever saw back at that time. When he got the N-word, he was gonna kill Hogan for real.
Yo, dude, when he said that, I was with one of my homies. And I looked at him and he was like, yo, you know how authentic that was? That was that wasn't a work. That's just how we talk. Like, he let it flow. I'm like, oh, for sure.
And then when we found out about the Hogan thing, I'm pretty sure he wanted to kill him real quick for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me catch you. Even though I will still say this, Hogan was set up. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot be in. Hold on. Hold up. First of all, you're a sicko. If you're sleeping with your best friend's wife. That's one.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you're on some sick shit. If you're down with that, that's fine. But that's some sick shit.
But you know what? Hold on. Let's not try to make it look bad because supposedly they were okay with it. So if this is how they roll,
that's what I'm saying.
That's how they roll. That's them. You know what I mean?
I said. You also sick shit where everybody knows about it, and you guys know.
It's not crazy because it was okay.
Yeah. 2, they set him up because all the conversation was recorded without him knowing he was getting
that was nuts. Now,
us here, we're dudes. I'm pretty sure when we have a couple of drinks or we're doing something, our mouth goes crazy and we say shit when we're in our own comfort of our own home, with our own family, our own homies, and we go crazy saying shit that you normally would not say out on the street because they're gonna do what? He just said that. And I'm pretty sure if he knew he was being recorded, he wasn't gonna say all that shit. And then all of a sudden, years later, this recording comes out. So, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. People say crazy shit when you are home. Because I know when my family comes over, especially my uncle, who was in a Vietnam veteran, he be going crazy telling us some of those stories. and he be dropping bombs, and you go like, whoa, and we laugh about it, but we know you can't say half of this shit out there in the street because you know, like, oh, hold on, what he saying?
I got a homie that's going through some shit, and he sent me something. I said, yo, dude, don't ever send that shit through fucking Messenger or nothing.
Yes.
Like, are you fucking crazy, dude? Like, the feds will be on that. Like,
yes.
And, you know, people want to say, nah, you know, you just bugging your conspiracy guy. Write down some shit and send it to your friend that's crazy and see what happens.
Yeah, so I still say that. People get mad at me when I say stuff like that. Oh, Hogan, like, dude, all I'm saying, all of us, the difference between us and someone who's racist is we think about it, comparing to saying it. Mm-hmm. That's what makes us a racist. All of us are prejudiced about something. You see something, you see Asian women driving, you get the jokes in your head. You see a little person doing this, your shit in your head goes crazy. You see this, your brain goes crazy. Yeah. All's on your head. But once it comes out here and you say it, now you're racist. Yep. That's the difference between a racist and a non-racist person. We all think about it when we see it. Oh, it's the Asian. Oh, you know they're good at math. They're playing instruments. They got instruments.
Yo, not for nothing though. You know what's crazy?
Oh, they can't drive.
I know a bunch of Asian dudes, and for some reason, they're all and girls. They're all mad smart, right? Like they're all. You throw a crazy problem out there, and they're like, boom, and I'm like, what? Damn, yo, like.
But you can think that because that's being prejudiced and simple-minded, but we all think about it when we see it right there and then. You don't say it, and you be fine. But anywho,
it's easy for someone to call somebody racist and not know. Like, you know, I mean, it's whatever.
I'd rather know that you're racist because I will respect you more and say, I respect him because he's racist.
It's open.
And he says it. He doesn't hold it back. Then me finding out later on, oh, this dude is racist for real.
Yeah. If you're shady about it, I can't fuck with you. Right? Like, because if I know, at least I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, you know. But the crazy part, listen, I got friends that I have found out we're no longer friends. I had a friend of mine who went at one of my boys, right? And they said the utmost craziest racist shit to him being Hispanic. And I was like, yo, hold on. I was like, I know you told me what happened, but let me see if I can get it out of this person, right? Like, so I hit my boy up, yo, what's up, this, that. And he said, yeah, fuck it. I said this, I said that, I said this, I said that. I said, yo, boy, hell, homie, like half your friends are Hispanic or black, bro. And he was like, I don't like him. I'm like, so you don't like me then? Nah, you cool. How am I cool? I'm Puerto Rican. We all from the same hood. But if you don't like him, he's our man. We grew up together. If you don't like him, as soon as I say something you don't like me neither. Trust me. Because you're waiting to throw it out there, right? Like, it's like the Tessa thing. As soon as it got to him, Tessa went at it. Racist ass.
Yep. Yeah, Hogan was just here in Rochester this past weekend. Doing that.
He got murdered.
Yeah, he was here doing that beer thing. So he was here.
He came 6 hours late. People were pissed.
Yeah, he came out like couple hours late, and then he was leaving here to go somewhere else that was like 2 hours from here, and he was late. So he's been late everywhere he's been going, trying to hit all the different places in New York, thinking that there's an hour drive, but you know, dude, you got to keep it on a daily thing. You're not gonna make it. Because then you get there and then you're going to be talking to the fans. Like here he came, he wouldn't sign nothing for anybody. Like not even kids. I mean, people were going crazy with this shit over here. But anywho, do we have any other wrestling news that you want to bring up, Chef, my man?
Nah. I mean, I think we hit on it all. I know it's going to take you a few seconds to edit. I'm going to make a graphic real quick because now I know what we're talking about. Listen, like, subscribe, share. Like I said, man, we talk this shit. We have fun. We hope we make you laugh and all that good stuff. It is what it is, man. Like you're never gonna have a wrestling podcast like this, or we don't go over the top. We ain't ass kisses, pose. Like we gonna give it to you how we gonna give it to you, and that's the way it is, man. It's the way it is. Two dudes who just like talking wrestling. So for myself, the Midnight Snack, we out of here. Deuces.